Hi guys, this is Asal. I'm studying for the bar and I wanted to review my notes with you. So today I'm studying evidence and I'm studying the hearsay exceptions. So there's a lot into it. This is actually very hard. So I made a video for you with music that will actually energize you, and I really suggest you take notes once that comes up at the end of my video. So here I go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into my notes for you. First thing I'll be talking about is unavailable declarant. Then I'll be talking about hearsay exceptions requiring unavailability, and finally I'll be talking about the residual catch-all exceptions. But I would like to let you know that in California the residual catch-all exceptions do not apply. So the first thing I'll be talking about are the 5 types of unavailable declarants. So there's 5 types. There's the one with privilege, there's the one with refusal to testify, lack of memory, death or illness, and finally absent. The next thing I'll be talking about are the 5 hearsay exceptions requiring unavailability. So the 5 are former testimony, dying declaration, statement against interest, state of personal and family history, and finally forfeiture by wrongdoing. So what is a former testimony exactly? This has 2 parts. The first part given during trial, hearing, or deposition, and the second part offered against the same or similar party. The next thing I'll be talking about are the dying declarations. These are actually very important, and I've actually seen a professor test this on the final. So here I go. I really suggest you take a note on this. Dying declaration has 3 parts. First part, in homicide prosecution or civil case. Second part, made under belief of imminent death. And third part, about to cause or circumstances of death. Let's just say that someone got stabbed or someone got shot, and when they just got stabbed or they just got shot, the police arrives, the paramedics arrives, and they just say, oh, Josh stabbed me, or oh, Josh shot me. So that is a dying declaration, because at that point they're panicking, they're bleeding to death, and usually at that point people are more likely to tell the truth. So this is actually kind of legit, and this is dying declaration. The next thing I'd like to talk about are statements against interest, because people don't usually like to make statements against interest. So a statement against interest is on property or financials, or invalidates the claim, and finally exposes to civil or criminal liability. There are some steps to admitting hearsay that I'm going to go through it for you. The first step is the non-hearsay exemption under the 801D. I made a whole video on that. And then you look at the 803 hearsay exception, 804 hearsay exception requiring unavailability, and finally you're going to be looking at the 807 residual catch-all exceptions, which does not apply in California. So what is this residual catch-all exception exactly? The requirements is equivalent guaranteed of trustworthiness, evidence of material fact, and most probative of reasonably obtainable evidence, and finally serves FRE interest of the justice. So in this video, I just talked about the rule 804A unavailable declarant. First, privilege. Second, refusal to testify. Third, lack of memory. Fourth, death or illness. And fifth, absence. And I also talked about rule 804B, former testimony, 804B2, dying declaration, 804B3, statement against interest, 804B4, statement of personal and family history, and finally 804B6, forfeiture by wrongdoing. And the last thing I talked about were the residual catch-all exceptions. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you enjoy my next presentation. Good luck studying.